And on this episode of Dr. Redneck, we explain to you how not to hang out all night with the Germans. Oh, good morning, everybody. I'm wore out, dead shot, tired. The Germans took us out for a late supper and a couple of drinks. And yeah, by all means, shot. How do you like this, huh? My wife hates it. Good morning, Lolly. Good morning, Bubba Don. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Big Dome 507. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Be too crass. Good morning. Oh, yeah. It is too early in the morning for this shit. Fox Outdoors. Good morning, sir. How are you? So, oh, all this shit going on, and I'm like all the way out of it. We were out way too late last night. I can't even look at myself. That's crazy. I can't even look at myself. uh, so, uh, tempted to go back to bed. I am very tempted to go back to bed. I realize the fact that I was up way too late, but the Germans are leaving us today, so we wanted to hang out with them for a while last night and do a little self-sacrifice. So definitely good. I'll be jumping in and out, going to get loaded and head to Richmond, Virginia. Nice. Good morning, boss lady. Good to see you. Yeah. So, they're gonna go visit somebody else here, and they're gonna go visit Tanya here and then they're headed out to Wyoming to go see uh excuse me, to go see somebody that they had met the last time they were here in the United States. So, I get the hiccups. I got nothing is working right this morning. You can tell I'm definitely out of this, but they're making the long trek back to San Francisco. So, look, called super. Um, what I got is the hiccups. Yes, they're sleeping. They'll probably be sleeping for a while. Oh, I can't stop hiccuping. Damn it, man. So, yeah. What do you mean, boo? Yeah, okay. This sucks. So, anyways, yeah, I went fishing their way. I will say this: it was definitely relaxing to sit there, but it scares them out of you. Yeah. Uh, definitely relaxing, but definitely not my style. Uh, oh yeah. Hey, I know what I was gonna look up. Duh. I had the whole plan. I had the whole show planned out this morning and leave it to the Germans to throw a wrench in it. We get done fishing last night at 10 o'clock, and they're like, hey, let's go to a sports bar. And they wanted to go to O'Neill's, and I'm like, well, that's cool, but we're going a ways out and then a ways back home. And I said, Ruff's is right on the way there. So we introduced them to cheese curds and fried pickles. Penny of the Roo, good morning, Gus. Good morning, good to see you. So we introduced them to fried pickles and yeah. Uh, yeah, Marcos didn't like pickles, but he loved those things. It's crazy. Um, Sorry, my phone is going off with all sorts of messages. Oh, yeah. I don't care. I don't care. All right. No snipe hunting. Yeah. Actually, I think somebody broke the truth to him, and he was going to get me. He just had that look in his face like he knew I was up to no good. All right. Good morning. Anyways, so let me get back to this here. I was going to show you guys something. Vape actually sent this to me, and I thought it'd be something that y'all should know, being that a lot of us know farmers in some way, shape, or form. Give me 1 second here. Forgot about that part. Ugh. All right. Good night. Are you done yet? All right. Let's see here. I get over here. I don't need any of that. Why am I not finding it? Why am I not finding it? Maybe because I gotta go into this. Can you tell how often I actually get on here and check this out? Is this horrible or what? I can do it for mobile real quickly, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing on here. Oh, that's why, because they're down here. I believe this is the one. Yes. This is it.
We're gonna hook my laptop up to this combine and try to get codes out of it, I guess. I would say what I'm doing is hacking.
Farms today use a tremendous amount of technology.
Deermaid's claims that you only really have the license to use
morning
the
there, Farva. What's happening?
The software
Did you get your leader a cold this morning? Watch this. This is interesting. Tech, I'm glad you're in here. I'd like to see
The
what you
only
think of
person
this.
that can repair those tractors to a great extent is the dealership.
I mean, look at the size of this machine. If I had to haul this thing 100 miles every time something went wrong with it, it'd cost a fortune. I mean, just to get it on a truck is $1,000, and by the time you get it hauled somewhere and get it hauled back, you're $2,000 into fixing something maybe relatively minor.
What we've had developed is essentially a monopoly on repair.
We live in a disposable society. When our technology breaks, we replace it. But the art of repair is still practiced by a select few in our tech-obsessed culture. Tractors are the workhorses of agriculture. But unlike the past, the tractor of today is a complex computerized system that relies on embedded software to function. While technology has made tractors more efficient, it has made repair nearly impossible for farmers who need access to the software to repair their equipment. We went to Nebraska to meet the people at the forefront of Right to Repair, a movement fighting large tech companies for access to the diagnostic software needed to fix our things.
Okay, just so you guys understand what's going on, this is Right to Repair. This is a bill that is going through all through the upper Midwest right now. This video is like 50% true. I don't know, it's a bill that people want to get passed throughout the, they exaggerate. Redneck sounds like you have a cold. No, this is called my, I'm too tired to be doing anything voice, but we'll snap out of it here shortly, I promise.
I am actually the 5th generation farming here on this operation where you sit today. We've been around for a while, since the mid-1800s. The kids laugh because she's my cat. She follows me around more. The big tractors over here we use for the day-to-day operations in row crop farming. Anything that requires a lot of horsepower, a lot of traction, you know, those are both big issues for us. Smaller tractors like this little guy here, we use for maintenance of the yard. We use them a lot. These little tractors we use a lot in the vegetable operation. This is the tractor that I learned to drive tractor on. One of the things growing up on a farm that happens is you learn to do everything very young. As soon as I could sit on the very front edge of that seat and push that clutch in, I learned how to drive. And the beauty of that tractor in terms of repair is I can go anywhere and get parts for it. We could tear this thing down and overhaul it in probably a week's time. It's a different era for sure. The earliest developments were in the engines. And probably from the mid-'80s, you know, we started to see computerized components in engines to the point where in the mid-'90s, essentially the entire engine is run by the computer. And so now today, all functions of the tractor are run by the computer. The seat in that tractor over there is more complicated than this entire tractor. As tractors have become more high-tech, the repairs have become more challenging. We do not have the ability to hook up a computer to a tractor to diagnose it, to repair it, or even to activate components that we may buy to put on that tractor, particularly with older tractors. We would buy used parts and put on them to save money. And today, I can go out, and there are used parts for these tractors, these newer tractors that are available, but if I put them on, the tractor won't run. This receiver is, for the most part, a perfectly functioning receiver, okay? What this does is it receives satellite signals from GPS satellites. TCM in this is broken, okay? It's not functioning. What we were told by Deere is, well, we don't support this anymore. So essentially what they did was they forced us to buy a new unit because they won't support this anymore, and we can't get the repairs for it.
This is actually my house, really. I work from home, I guess you call it, but I got buildings I put up around here just so I could work from home. This is my latest project I worked on. It's we call it the Ludicrusher, but it's a monster truck I built. My business is Ludic Diesel. Basically, I have a repair shop, and what I do is pretty much mostly is just to repair John Deere equipment. Just because I used to work in the John Deere dealership for 23 years, and all the customers know me, so they come in, and it's been great. If, say, it was actually a computer fault where the computer itself was damaged or whatnot, or it stopped communicating and had to replace it, I could physically replace the computer, but the computers come basically brain dead, so you have to have software
What's
from
half
John
truth?
Deere for the serial number
Okay.
scratcher. My biggest situation that I can't fix
Trans Am.
every situation now is because I don't have John Deere's service advisor laptop. I can't connect to the equipment. I'm pretty restricted on what I can do as far as the newer equipment.
One of the things I've been told some guys are doing to deal with these issues is there's pirated software out there from Eastern Europe that guys are utilizing to try to get around this, to be able to work on their tractors themselves.
I believe the software I got's a hacked version of John Deere's system when it comes to tractors. I mean, I farm, so out of necessity, they break down and I have to repair them in one way or another, and it's a lot cheaper to do it myself than it is to haul it into a repair shop or a dealer to have it fixed.
Thanks, Travis. I
We
appreciate
got
it.
lots of, everywhere on a combine, there's a sensor here and a sensor there, and every single little part of it has a electrical sensor in it.
No, he wasn't saying that it didn't work. What he was saying that one needed repair and he couldn't get the parts to fix it because John Deere no longer supports it. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. I know the bill is up. And I don't know. That's what I mean. I couldn't really find a whole lot on it. So when I was looking yesterday, I couldn't really find anything. Right. No, I know the bill exists. The bill exists. That's what I mean. I don't know what's true. This is more your department. You worked for John Deere. You worked on the tech side of this. I don't, that's why I wanted you in here when I said it was good that you were in here because it makes interesting for this. Right. And that's what I mean. And the thing is I know part of what they're saying is true because the farms that I work for, there's some stuff that we just cannot fix on this thing. And I know that there was, when they added new equipment to the machines we were using, they had to have a tech guy come out and actually get the computer to sync up with it. So, it should be modified but not removed. The bare bones of it is farmers do not own the software, they own the machine. Same as computers, phones, TVs, or anything else. Well, there is something software that, okay, now let's, here's where we get into a fight. Okay, hold on here. I want to explain something here. This is throughout the whole upper Midwest that this is trying to go. Okay, just so you guys know. The thing is when you're talking software, and I know this for a fact too. I know the part of having to have it shipped to the dealership for software is not exactly true either, because I've seen the tech guys come right out to the farm site on numerous occasions to fix stuff. I also know that not all the cost is out of pocket to the farmers. Um, you know, but it's like this. I don't know diagnostically, and I'm not a tractor repair guy. Okay, the last thing I never owned a tractor. I never owned a tractor. I never owned a tractor where I needed it, so it's kind of like pre-emissions trucks. Here's the thing. This is what happened when, and I will explain to you where a lot of this comes from, is because back when I was a mechanic, when I was an auto mechanic, there was certain things that we as auto mechanics could not fix because of the fact that when auto manufacturers made their stuff, auto manufacturers made this stuff, we couldn't get it. They made specialty tools so that regular mechanics like me could not work on it. Uh, they made programs that diagnostic computers. I mean, our diagnostic computers are OB1, OBD1s stuff. I mean, we could read most of that, but a lot of the OBD2 stuff we couldn't read. We couldn't read it. You know, we couldn't read half the stuff that was on there. North Dakota Born was happening. Thank you for following, Cloud. And here's the thing. So the question then becomes is, with this being raised, there's some things that have to go to the dealer. Let's talk about when they do a recall. I remember we had our Fusion had to be recalled because they had to reprogram something in the computer. If you need to haul a tractor or rent a truck and trailer and pay thousands of dollars for changing the sensors, really wrong. You don't need to do that. I know around here, every dealer has a service truck that goes around and does repairs. I also know that a lot of times these software guys, you don't have to go anywhere or bring it anywhere. The software guys can do it right there. You call them up and say, here's what we got going on. I know for a fact that the Caterpillars that I ran, if I was having an issue, I'd call the boss, he'd call the dealership, and the next thing you know, the issue was fixed as I'm sitting in the tractor. Nobody even comes out to me. They just tell me, they give me commands across the screen, or if it's a little more than that, then they call me. I don't. This is the thing. I don't know how. I mean, every area is different, but I don't know of a single John Deere dealer, and it looks like they're specifically going after John Deere. Why, I don't know. It looks like this is a big attack on John Deere. Now that I'm looking at this, so I mean, John Deere has definitely been a target for a long time because they innovated a bunch of the software that a lot of people are using now. John Deere innovated a ton of software that came out. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Here's the thing. I want to know what you guys think. Here's the thing. My deal is this. My deal is this, okay? The stuff that I've seen him talking about, I mean, I see him with the GPS thing, things like that. I say let them do it. Let them fix it themselves. And then but we'll finish watching. We'll see what they have to say.
A couple of years ago, we were doing custom anhydrous as fertilizer on cornfields, and you have a real small window to be able to get this done in the year, and the tractor broke down. So I had to find this software to be able to repair my tractor and make my customer happy and make a living. There's a whole selection of the machines based on serial numbers and what they are. And you got to pick the one out that's the right serial number for this machine. And then you'll be able to come over here. Once you're able to get into this, you know, I can go in and I can do a diagnostic on it, and it'll start checking all the codes and looking for what I have wrong. And then I can go up here and I can look at them and see what the problem is and why it's popping up.
In 2015, the Library of Congress granted an exemption to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act that makes it legal for farmers to hack their tractors for the purposes of repair. But software modification is still against John Deere's terms of service, which were updated soon after the ruling. Despite this, Right to Repair is a growing movement that's turning ordinary farmers like Guy Mills into activists.
I wrote an op-ed in the paper after I researched the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. I talked to some other people and other farmers after I wrote this op-ed, and they said, hey, we really like what you said. So I said, you know, maybe we should do something about this. So I made a resolution to our local Nebraska corn growers, and I said, let's put something in our bylaws there that we support a right to repair. And who could argue with that? Then Lydia Brosh, and I must commend her, she'd come in with LB 67.
I am 6 names down. The Fair Repair Act gives an individual the ability, you've always had the right, but the ability to purchase the diagnostic tools and to take it somewhere local or to try to repair the equipment yourself.
Apple and Microsoft showed up at the hearing in Lincoln. Why would Apple care about whether a farmer from Nebraska works on his tractor?
LB 67 got the attention of big tech companies because it affects the repair of all electronics, including smartphones, computers, and of course, tractors.
Again, the way the bill is drafted, it says that any product that is sold and used in the state of Nebraska. If I'm the big guy, what I do is I just don't sell my products in the state of Nebraska because they have to be sold here. If it's online, I don't sell to anybody who has a zip code in Nebraska. And if I'm a little manufacturer, I move out of the state of Nebraska.
You get lobbyists on occasion, but never has anyone flown in.
I want to point something out. Okay. Basically the way that the bill is drafted, you know, it's like this. The right to repair Microsoft. Believe you me, the tech right now, I'd like to have the right to repair Facebook. But here's where we have to be very careful. Even in automobiles, yes, there's lots of things that we can look at. There's lots of things that we can repair. But the fact that they want the actual software, like you don't get, when you get into Ford or Chevrolet or Dodge's deal, you don't get the right to their support system. Like, what is Ford? Ford is Sync. The Sync system, I forgot what Chevrolet is. Chevrolet's is OnStar. And I don't know who Dodge is using nowadays. But anyways, you don't get the right to that stuff, by the way. That's their stuff. You actually have to pay to use that stuff. You know, sure, you get it free with the vehicle for a few years, but after that, you definitely have to pay for the right to use it. Okay, here's the issue. Here's where the problem comes in. When you have people hacking their shit, and you just heard the lady from AT&T. Okay, when you heard the lady from AT&T say, listen, you start giving them rights here, we just quit selling there. The link is Mopar. Link is Mopar? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Here's the thing. I want to point something out. It's not that you cannot repair your stuff. Okay. You have the right to repair your stuff. You do not have the right to intellectual property. This is what our country is fighting on right now. Okay, you do not have the yeah, selling the access to. Good morning, Ruger wife. Good to see you. Straight to work, and I realized it was entirely too quiet in my office. Morning, JJ. Good to see you. So here becomes the question then. As a consumer, do you have software rights? Do you have the right to go in and change somebody's software? Troubleshoot, yes, that's different. Like I can go in my garage right now and grab my diagnostic computer. I can go into my diagnostic computer and I can show you, you know, things like that. Now there's parameters in the hardline stuff that I can change. You know, like I can change the stock fuel settings. I can change the stock brake settings. I can change all that stuff. But what I cannot do, and you've got people who are doing it, but I cannot change, like these newer vehicles, I can't change anything. You know, the newer vehicles, there's lots of things in them I can't change. The older vehicles, like 7.3s. You take a 7.3 diesel, one of my favorites, my longtime favorites. I know how to tweak everything on them. Actual coating, nope, needs to go through the vendor. See, like automotive companies, a lot of them, you take this, I mean, when you modify a newer car, you're messing with the ECM. You're messing with the software in the car. You're putting standalone management systems on the car. You're doing a lot of stuff to modify these things. But here's the thing: auto manufacturers aren't doing this. They're still not releasing their stuff. People are just like the guy just showed you. They're figuring out how to hack the equipment. Okay. Ford doesn't release their stuff. Chevrolet doesn't release their stuff. No, you've got people like Bully Dog. You've got people like HydroShock, TS, hacking their shit and doing it themselves. That's why when you put the stuff on your vehicles and you run your vehicles, you're not getting a warranty. This is why they tell you, you modify these things, you lose your warranty. So is it possible to hack it? Yes. Is it John Deere's responsibility to turn over their stuff? No. I don't agree with that. You want to hack it? That's fine. Hack it. That's what these companies do. Now, diagnostic codes, as far as I remember, you can, and Tech, help me out with this. As far as I remember, you can get a scan tool for a tractor, can't you? You can get they make like a laptop basically, but it's a scan tool that you can plug into the tractor and it'll tell you what codes are what. Oh, well, they do that with cars too, but the tractor will say, "I hurt here, look here."
To discourage me from introducing a bill. And their points, I believe, were not valid. I don't believe it's valid that this would open a mecca for hackers They stated their case, they were doing their job, and I believe I'm doing my job in protecting constituents and helping them, to be able to grow economies in our local towns.
If the bill passes, I can go buy this cable instead of building my own, and I would be able to just hook into the data port and be able to get all the information that I need right there.
I do want to say this. Farmers, I love you to death. I think the world of you. But I just want to tell you, welcome to the world of automotive mechanics. They've had to make, we make and modify our own equipment. Matter of fact, look at Cummins. Look at these guys doing Cummins. They're tearing stock diesel Ford motors out and putting Cummins diesels in them. This is a hack. They reprogram the computers. This is nothing that is supported by Ford. You want to hack their shit? Hack their shit. They're just not going to give you the right to do it. I wouldn't have to make my own cable. I don't know. I got to make my own cable for a lot of shit. Just saying. Creative Day Crochet. Good morning. I got my hamster wheel back again. Heads up. Chevy fans. The tailgate is a push button. Will not open if your battery is dead. There is no manual way to open it, so keep your jumper cables in the cab, not in your bed.
I wouldn't have to improvise and build my own stuff to be able to see what's going on.
Why people
LB 67, or the Fair Repair Act, is still being held by the Nebraska State Legislature. As of the beginning of 2018, 12 states are considering similar bills. John Deere declined our request to visit Nebraska dealerships, but they gave us a statement regarding right to repair.
When I see the implement dealers, and you do see them, they're people on your main street, you don't wish them any ill. You wish them success. You want them to continue to serve the community. And I think they can do that as they access or give you access to the technology of the diagnostics. It's just the diagnostics, folks.
But they're not going
It's really
for that.
interesting. These older tractors are still capable of going out and doing a day's work. And I wonder, with all the technology we have in the newer tractors, if the same will be true of them when they're that same age.
All right. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's a little longer than I want to read right now. But General Motors lays off engineer who exposed fraud at Volkswagen. Might seem like just another victim of corporate restructuring. A foreign worker whose skills no longer needed. A middle-aged man with dashed American dreams. But Kapana, an engineer born in India who was laid off General Motors in February, changed automotive history. In 2013, he was part of a small team of engineering students in West Virginia whose research helped expose Volkswagen's decade-long conspiracy lie about diesel car emissions. The German car maker has paid $23 billion so far to resolve criminal charges in a lawsuit and $33 billion overall. and being a hero to a Volkswagen scandal. Too Light did not protect him. His supervisor called him into a conference room in Milford, Michigan the past winter. Campana, who had studied and lived in the United States for 17 years, joined GM in December of 2014 to finish his doctorate. His most recent job involved communicating with the Environmental Protection Agency about car makers' emissions technology. He's one of those assholes. The supervisor said it was nothing personal. Campana, 41, recalled a telephone call from Michigan last week. His severance package consisted of 2 months' pay and one-way ticket to India. He was one of 4,000 GM workers laid off in the company called Strategic Transformation. They let me go. He still sounded bewildered, unable to find a job before his work visa's 60-day grace period expired. Campana returned to Bangalore, his hometown, a few days later. Campana, a graduate student, when he got involved with Mad Max sort of experiment on Volkswagens. I don't understand. What is the point in this? I'm really losing interest in this. This guy is a whistleblower for the EPA. I mean, this is the guy, Volkswagens polluted far more than regulations allowed. Health hazards of diesel fuel? What? Other than the fact that it stinks. And now your Volkswagens no longer get the fuel mileage used to get. I got no respect for that guy. Sorry, got none. Let's see here. Themselves did hacking the software, so the figures should look good in the end. The smarter they make the machines, the dumber I feel. I'm waiting for my fridge to look at me and say, no, fatty, go eat a banana, or no beer for you. Yeah. Tech has a computer that does that shit, or a refrigerator that does all that shit. Hollers at you and everything. Every time I open the thing, it's like, hey, fat fucker, this isn't your fridge, get out. I literally have an argument with this fucking refrigerator. I'll have an argument with this son of a bitch. Never fails. So here's the thing. Here's my issue. Okay, now farmers don't need the latest and greatest and biggest. And here's where I stand. And I'm gonna make my decision on this. This is my opinion, my decision. This is what I'm known for. You don't want the new shit. Don't buy it. I know people that absolutely refuse to buy computerized cars because they don't want to deal with the bullshit. They still drive old school carbureted vehicles, will not buy a newer vehicle. They continually to repair and modify their old school vehicles. They understand that they do not get the economy. They understand they do not get the luxury. But they don't bitch about it. There are certain things that you enter into when you're buying somebody else's stuff. Okay, you've seen the guy on the video. Okay, now that I've gotten a little more light on this, okay, and I guess I didn't hear the video all the way through, but they kind of burned themselves in this. Basically, what you're telling John Deere to do is give me the ability to hack your shit. I don't want people hacking my shit. I got the tech, putting all sorts of technology in my phones and my computers and my internet to make sure people can't hack my shit. I don't want people hacking my shit. Of course not. Just like Twitch. Twitch has terms of service agreements. You can't hack their shit. Google. All of them. I can understand why this would be an epidemic. Do you know what happens if you give people access to all this shit? At first I thought, this makes sense. And then I had to listen to it. This is the second time I actually listened to the video and actually understanding, and realizing the fact that no, that is not a good thing. I understand you want to repair your own shit, and you can repair a John Deere tractor on your own. You can repair a sensor on your own. John Deere's technical support is absolutely amazing. Same with Case, same with Caterpillar, same with any tractor manufacturer. Their support is amazing. I've seen Ziegler Caterpillar run out in a heartbeat. When one of the new tractors is having an issue, I've seen them send 3 fucking service trucks out immediately because you know what their pride is? Keeping their farmers moving. They don't care if they got to pull and pay a mechanic out of the shop and send his ass out to the field. They will get him out there. Believe you me, Jody, if I had the time, right now, I would definitely, by all means, build a basic truck to do my route with. And the problem is I just don't have the cash up front. And here's where banks get you. This is where banks and these guys work together. They don't want to give you the money to build a truck that will do exactly what you need it to do. And I wouldn't even so much buy a truck. I would buy an old school conversion van. And this is exactly what I would do. I would take an old school conversion van, Ford conversion van. All right. I would set it up with a 12 valve Cummins. I would put 3/4 ton axles underneath, or 1 ton axle, stainless 60s underneath it all the way around. I would make it 4-wheel drive. I would put an Allison 1000 transmission behind it. All right. Yeah. And I would put my snowplow in the front. It would have the ability to pull the trailers that I wanted to pull, and I could do all my courier stuff in it. But it cost about $20,000 to build one of these. But the fuel economy, the time that it is going to do all this, and have it working with air conditioning, have it working with cruise control and stuff like that. The only reason it's going to cost me that much is because I'm pretty good with cars, but I'm not smart enough to make it all work. So there's things that I would have to farm out and have somebody else do. That's what I would build right now at this point in time in my life. So, what are your opinions? What do you think? Do you think that the government should step in and tell John Deere or Case or Ford or Chevy or Dodge that you have to give the people the equipment to hack your software? That they have to give them access to do that? We're not talking about the wax and Gus. Government should stay out of it. Okay, the question is this. Do you think that Ford, Chevy, Dodge, John Deere, Case, AT&T, Google, YouTube, every big tech company out there, do you think that they should give people the ability to hack their software? Supply them with the equipment to hack their software. They don't need the cord for diagnostics, Jody. This is what the tech used to do for a living. You download an app on your phone. And John Deere will tell you that, hey, your tractor hurts here, fix it. Exactly. I want to remind you guys something. This is not cutting off the ability of people to fix. This technology does not, like me. I can fix these newer vehicles to a certain extent. There's some things I just don't have experience fixing, and I don't have the time to learn it. Okay? Yes, the right to repair bill is very deceiving. It got me at first, but that's why I was going through it here today with you guys in the show. One of the things I'm going to start doing is show you guys how I do my research. One of the biggest things is rewatching videos. Okay. You have the right to repair your own stuff. Matter of fact, there's a lot of times, even on brand new stuff, that these big tractor, if they believe that you're a qualified person, a qualified farmer, they don't deter you from fixing your shit. Do you want us to send somebody out, or do you want to come get the sensor? I know that is a fact because I've done that. I had wires tore off a sensor. Not Caterpillar's fault. It was our fault. Called Caterpillar, said, hey, tore the sensor off. What do you want us to do? If we can send a service guy out there, it'll be a couple hours, but if you guys want to come get it and put it in, we'll link it back up and make sure it's all working for you. And that's exactly what happened. And people will say, oh, you're anti-farmer. I'm not anti-farmer. You can get the ability to diagnose the problem is there. The ability to diagnose the problem. It's like saying this. Let's say all of a sudden we created our own Invasion Nation network, right? Let's say we created our own Invasion Nation network. And I wouldn't want people to have access to the inner workings of that. Yeah, I would give you access to the program and to work on the program on your device, but I wouldn't give you access to the inner workings of that program, if that makes sense. I wouldn't allow you to get inside of the main the main deal here. It's like, okay, because farmers try to plant corn at 10 miles an hour. Things are made to last. Why so many repair shops? They're not. Listen, that's a whole nother issue. Things are not made to last. Things are not made to last. They every time they find let's take that's definitely a discussion we can have. Happy anniversary, Matt Ram. All right, brother, you have a great day. By the way, thank you again for the spread you put on for my wife and I and Marco and Marcel, man. That was absolutely phenomenal. Matt and his family put on a huge spread for us. Steak dinner, all the fixings, all the sides. You guys enjoy your anniversary. Thank you so much for everything this weekend. And Matt was the only one who turned out with a normal facial haircut at the Mill Pond Salon yesterday. If you didn't see it on stream, you should probably go back and watch it because poor Paulina was in tears. Tech even had a monkey tail for a little while, and now he looks like Farva. We're gonna be rolling around a car ramrod. Makes me want to go find an old jalopy and just turn it into car ramrod. Chicken fucker. Hey, did you get your liter of coffee? I was showing everybody on camera. I actually had a liter of cola yesterday. Oh, it is coffee break time. So here's the deal. Break them out. I need to see the shit talker plumb full of coffee break emojis. Let's go. Oh, yeah, the beard. The Tech lost his beard. That's gone. Paulina was in tears yesterday. Paging Dr. Redneck. Paging Dr. Redneck. Come on, you're almost there. There we go. All right, we'll catch y'all here in a minute.
Some call me a sinner for the things I've done. Born with a heart of stone, fast with a gun.
Sorry, everybody. I had a squirrel to kill. And let's see here. Welcome back to the Invasion Nation Morning Show. Brought to you by yours truly. Redneck Invasion, sponsored by Mill Pond Salon and Romaine Berg. Big shout out to Mill Pond Salon for putting up with our shenanigans. Good night. Tech, I need you to do me one favor. If you're listening. I'm doing good, Travis. How are you? I need you to create a link for Fishing, Hunting, Gaming Chick. It's all one word. Need you to create one for her. She is constantly rating us all the time. Um, she's rating us constantly. Almost, she did it like 3 times last week, bringing in 20 plus viewers. So, yeah. That's why I need you to create it. Can do it after I poop. Oh, God. That's going to be a long situation. It's nice to know that people find me good enough to bring them in intimate situations with them. What do we got going on? So, yeah, Right to Repair Act, I don't know that I so much agree with. All right, thanks, Gus. I appreciate the 200 biddies.
We're making them dirt road dollars way out yonder, having them holler.
I dropped my pen. So, let me ask you guys something. How do you feel about businesses calling you on a Sunday? Huh? What do you mean, rip the hair? Mini invasion action at the lake yesterday? Yes, we did. We had a pretty good invasion at the lake yesterday. Trying to think. Depends on the business what is calling and what it is about.
All right.
Wax on and wax off.
Stop doing that shit. Oh, really?
All right.
So that's how we're going to keep doing, are we? That's how y'all going to keep doing? My connection sucks at work. I'm not dropping any frames. Oh, yeah, I am. Just started. Well, this sucks. Yeah, it says I'm dropping 3.5%. 4,940, 4,979, 5,018. This sucks. No, it's me dropping. I may have to reset my internet because it is steady going up, dropping frames. Are we done yet? Vote Democrat. Do you see the possibility of a civil war in America again? Or do you think the government would never allow it? Are you talking a revolutionary war or a civil war? Well, we'll be right, but we got to fix some stuff around here. I'm dropping frames at an all-time rate. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to reset my internet. Son of a bitch. Father muck me running. Um... Yeah, I see it. All right, everybody. The technical difficulty is on my end. It is my internet. It has to be reset. So, yeah. If you guys stick around, what I'm going to do, put this back on showing here. If you guys can stick around and log back in,